Hello, friends. The story that I will be reading to you today is called Estellas Swap, and it is by Alexis O'Neill and illustrated by Enrique O. Sanchez. Estellas Swap. Every Sunday swap meet to 2 p.m. Papa's truck bounced through the swap meet parking lot early one Sunday in March. Suddenly, a strong Santa Ana wind blew a curtain of sand and leaves against the windows. Estela hugged her music box closer. Her brother Javier tugged her braid. We might have to anchor Stella so she doesn't blow away in the wind today, he teased. This was the first time Papa had let Stella sell something at swap meet. She needed to earn just $10 more for folk dancing lessons in town this summer at that ballet folklorico. She had been saving her money all year. Come, Papa said, let's set up. From the truck, they pulled old toys, clothes, and furniture. They lifted out pots and pans and car parts and arranged them in their space. Along with their own things, Papa bought anything the neighbors wanted him to sell. Here, Estella, said Papa, you can put your music box on this desk. But what if somebody wants to buy the desk? Papa laughed. Then you sell the desk. Bargain with them, Javier said. Tell them that if they buy the desk, they can have the music box for free. I will not, Javier, Estella replied. I'll get my price. You wait and see. Let's look around, Papa said. Javier, mind our space while Estella and I are away, please. Estella picked up her music box. Don't take that, Javier called after her. Someone may want to buy it while you're gone. Estella pretended not to hear. She wanted to sell her music box herself. Swap Meet was a little city of tarps and tents and tables. Music blared from several stalls. The aisles buzzed with customers. Delicious smells of hot dogs, chile, and popcorn filled the air. Papa stopped at one stall and pointed to a hubcap. How much? He asked the man. $9, the man replied. I'll give you for 4, Papa said. Sorry, the man answered. Papa turned away. Estella tugged at his shirt. But Papa, she whispered, we need a hubcap just like that. Don't worry, Papa whispered back as he pretended to leave. All of a sudden, the man said, I'll sell it to you for $7. $6, Papa offered. The man agreed. See how it's done? Papa asked as they walked back to their space. As the seller, you name a price that's a little more than what you are selling that you are willing to take. That way, you have room to bargain. Now it's time for you to try. Estella set her music box on top of the desk. People walked by without stopping. She opened the cover. The cheerful song Cielito Lindo began to play. Across the way, a flower seller clapped her hands. Bueno, she called. A festive tent covered her stall filled with dried flowers in clay pots. Bouquets of tissue paper flowers hung from cords between the tent posts. Maybe the flower seller is in the mood to buy something, Estella thought. She picked up her music box and walked to the woman's stall. To pass the time, the flower seller was sewing the hem of a falda, a beautiful full skirt with colorful ribbons at the bottom. Estella imagined how much fun it would be to dance a skirt just like that. To dance in a skirt just like that. She would twirl around the stage and swirl her skirt like an ocean waves. Would you like to see my music box? Estella asked the flower seller. The woman's eyes sparkled. I love this tune, she said. It reminds me of when I was a little girl. I'm selling my music box today, Estella explained. I need to earn $10 more for dancing lessons. Estella tried to keep her feet still, but the song tickled its way to her toes. The flower seller smiled. I see you already know some steps. Then she began to hum Cielito Lindo as she sewed along the hem of the skirt. When Estella returned to her side of the aisle, she made sure everyone could hear the music box as they walked by. A customer passed in front of Estella. How much? He asked. $12, Estella said. She felt proud that she had left room to bargain. The man laughed and plucked down the music box. He walked out of sight. Do you think he'll be back, Papa? Estella asked. I think he finds your price too high, Papa replied. A woman stopped next. Beautiful music, she said. Would you like to make an offer? Estella asked hopefully. $2, the woman said. Only $2? For a moment, Estella was speechless. Then she said, I was asking 12, but for you, I'll sell it to you for 10. The woman smiled and walked away. How's it going? Javier asked. Oh, Javier, Estella said. I was so sure someone would buy my music box right away. Maybe you should have brought more than one thing to sell, Javier said. Then you'd have more chances to earn $10. Without warning, a strong wind ripped through the swap meet, catching everyone by surprise. Tarps tore loose, whipping and snapping tents turned topsy-turvy. Dishes crashed and metal poles clanked to the ground. Estella reached for her music box to keep it from blowing away. My flowers! My flowers! The woman across the way called above the clatter. The flower seller's pots had smashed to the ground. Her tissue paper flowers had flown away like the birds. She sat on the skirt she was sewing to keep it from flying away too. Estella ran to help. Without thinking, she put her music box on the woman's table. She pulled the tent a pull right up tight so it wouldn't fall on the woman's head. Just then, she heard another crash. Oh no, I wonder what crashed. Estella spun around. Her music box! It was smothered by pieces of broken flower pots. Oh no, Estella thought. It's probably broken. No one will buy it now. Estella was afraid to look closely. Instead, she helped the flower seller. She straightened the tent posts. Then she went up and down the aisles, searching for the paper flowers that had blown away. When Estella returned, the flower seller was smiling. She held out the music box. Estella looked away when she saw its battered cover. The woman opened the box. The sounds of Cielito Lindo floated out. It still sings, little one, the woman said. Her music box was all right. She could paint over the scratches. she could still sell it. Estella held her music box tightly and danced for joy. But then she noticed almost everything was gone from the flower seller's stall. What will you sell now? Estella asked. The woman shook her head. Today, nothing. But next Sunday, flowers. I have a whole week to make more. How can she do all that work in just 1 week? Estella wondered. Suddenly, she knew what to do, even if it meant she wouldn't earn any money today. Please, Senora, I want to give you this. Estella held out her music box. Now you can listen to music while you make flowers. The flower seller hesitated. Then she said, Gracias, little one. Estella walked back across the aisle to where Papa and Javier were waiting. Secretly, she hoped the flower seller would call her back and return the music box. But she didn't. Estella tried to put the music box out of her mind as she thought about what she could bring to swap meet next week. Buyers liked low prices. Maybe she could sell some of her old games or stuffed animals. When she got home, she'd search her room for other things buyers might want. She'd also have to ask Papa if she could come back next week. Later in the day, near closing time, Papa suddenly called out, Estella, your friend is here. Estella turned around. There was the flower seller. Since we were at a swap meet, the woman said, It is only fair that we swap. She handed Estella a bag. Goodbye for now, little one, the flower seller said, and hurried off. Estella looked inside. The falda, she exclaimed. Estella pulled the skirt out of the bag and put it over her clothes. She twirled around and round, picturing herself dancing with the ballet folklorico. May I come back with you next week, Papa? Estella asked, thinking of the money she still needed to earn. Of course, Estella. It looks like you know how to swap, Papa said. Yes, said Estella, but now I need to learn how to sell. The end, friends. I hope you all enjoyed story time, and I will see you all very soon.